was a single thing worth fighting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are not in Kansas anymore. You are on Pandora.
There's been so much anticipation, you know, for this film to come out. Now that we're here, how do you feel?
I'm just relieved that we made the deadline and got the damn thing done, got all the effects done.
How do you feel?
Well, relieved, because it means Jim's not going to call me back for more reshoots. But you know, it's a hard thing because you live with something for so long. Like
Yeah.
we did 14 months on this filming. Jim did the better part of 5 years making it.
Now we're getting a positive response from the journalists that have seen it and so
Yeah.
on, and we had a big cheer at the end of the movie
Yeah.
at the premiere, so that's good. It's always a relief, you know, when you know that the film's connecting, that it's really working.
We showed it the other night to, we premiered it for the British here in London at Leicester Square, and you know, the British are by nature a somewhat reserved race of people, and they were quite lyrical in their appreciation of it.
Looks like you. This is your avatar.
Just relax and let your mind go blank. It shouldn't be hard for you.
Tell me how the technology that you developed is not really, it's not replacing the actor, it's transforming them.
No, not at all. I mean, we're doing performance capture. That's what we just sort of generically call this. And we made some serious advances in it, having to do with the way we capture the facial performance. And for me, the deal I make with the actors is what you do now in the performance you create today is exactly what you're going to see at the end when you see your computer-generated character. It won't be embellished and it won't be diminished. Now, we may move your ears around and we may move your tail around because you can't do that for yourself. But in terms of the emotion, every tear welling up at the corner of the eye, every tiny subtle bit of tension around the mouth, whatever it is you're doing, no matter how subtle, you don't have to overact.
Now some of the scenes, especially the action sequences, the fighting sequences, they're huge, epic.
Yeah.
I mean, what was
Well,
the process?
You do them.
Well, that's what's the process of shooting that?
Well, mainly it's in the performance capture stage, which is the empty grey netball court, and you kind of you've got all your rig on, the helmet cams that Jim come up with, and so all the intricacies of your face and all the scans on your body that get plugged into the system, and then you go into this empty space and you figure out how to do it. So you build the roof of the spaceship, say of the Dragon. And then we build a banshee bird, and I jump off the banshee bird onto the Dragon, run with a gun, pull my grenades out, and you actually do it.
Did you see yourself as the villain? I'm curious.
No, I don't. I think villains almost never do. I won't say that they never do. I think that some have this sort of Richard III syndrome where they take it upon themselves to be the villain. But I don't think that it's ever an issue with Quaritch. I think that he has devolved way past any of that kind of jive stuff. You know, he's pure. You know, he's basically got the moral barometer of a great white shark at this point. You know.
What was it about Sam and Zoe? I mean, they're relative newcomers, but you knew that these two were the ones that you needed for your film.
Absolutely. I mean, Sam, it was almost first glance. I knew this is a tough guy. This is an old school tough guy, you know. But my discovery with Sam was that he also had this great, not only this great sort of power in his voice and everything in his eyes that could, get people to rise up and follow him into the hell of battle, but he also had this great kind of vulnerability, almost like a little boy at times, and just seeing those two poles. I mean, seeing the tough guy cry in a movie, that can be the most heart-wrenching thing, but he's got to be a tough guy first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, guys aren't going to go with him, and not follow him or want to be like him. And there's a lot of handsome young actors that the women sort of swoon for, but they didn't impress me as having that kind of steel, that kind of spine.
Outstanding.
Now, you described Avatar as dreaming with your eyes open. What do you mean by that?
What I meant was that I think the movie connects with dream images that we all have. Images of flying, images of strange landscapes and kind of primeval forest, and fear images, the big creature in the forest, things like that that strike our primal fears and are really our kind of primeval joys in the beauty of nature and things like that.
This is our land!